Hello there, welcome back once again to our Exam Review 4 series. This time we'll be doing question 1D, where we're supposed to solve the equation square root of x plus 8 minus 2 equals x. Our first step is going to be to get the square root by itself. So, here's our square root term. Let's just move the 2 over to the other side. If we do this, on the right we'll have x plus 2, and on the left we'll have just square root of x plus 8. Now, in order to clear the square root and try to get the x out of the square root, we can square both sides. So here's how you'll write that. We place parentheses around the square root and put a square on it. Put parentheses around the x plus 2 and put a square on it. Now when you take the square of a square root, those two things cancel, and you'll end up with x plus 8 without the root or the square. On the right side, we now have x plus 2 squared, and when you have a binomial in parentheses, we'll just write it twice. Now, let's do the FOIL method. Try to simplify the right side. First, we do x times x and get x squared. X times 2 gives plus 2x. We add another 2x as well, and then 2 times 2 gives 4. The left side hasn't changed. It is still x plus 8. Now, since we have a second power equation, we're going to move everything to the same side. So let's subtract the x from both sides. This will cancel the x, and subtract 8 from both sides. This will cancel the 8. So on the left we have 0. On the right, let's do the math. We'll have x squared. If we take 2x and 2x, that gives us 4x, but then subtract one of the x's, and we'll get 3x. And then 4 minus 8 gives minus 4. Now that we have everything on the same side, let's factor it. So now, let's try to break this into parentheses. We need two numbers that multiply to negative 4. The numbers I'm thinking of are positive 4 and negative 1. We know that 4 times negative 1 gives negative 4. That's a match here. And then 4 subtract 1 gives plus 3, and that's a match here. So we'll have x plus 4, x minus 1 equals 0. We'll break this into pieces. We'll have x plus 4 equals 0, x minus 1 equals 0. So our solutions will be x equals negative 4 from the first one, and then if we move the negative 1 over to the right, we'll have x equals 1. However, when you solve an equation with square roots, it's important to check for false answers. Sometimes when we solve an equation with square roots, we'll get numbers that don't actually work when we try to plug them back into the original equation. So let's try that now. Let's actually let x equal negative 4 and put that back into the original equation that we started with. We had root of x plus 8 minus 2 equals x. Let's now replace the x's in these positions with negative 4 and see if the equation is still true. We'll have minus 4 plus 8 inside of the root equals negative 4. So we'll have 8 minus 4 is square root of 4 minus 2 equals negative 4. If we simplify, we know that square root of 4 is just 2 minus 2 equals negative 4. Well, 2 minus 2 definitely does not equal negative 4. That gives us a false statement, and that means x equals negative 4 is not a true solution here. Now let's check x equals 1. If we let x equal 1, let's rewrite the equation, this time with 1 in these positions where the x's are right now. We'll have square root of 1 plus 8 minus 2 equals 1. 1 plus 8 is equal to 9. So we replace the 1 plus 8 with 9, and now take the square root of 9, that gives 3 minus 2 equals 1. And we know that 3 minus 2 does equal 1, giving us a true statement, which means x equals 1 is the correct answer for this problem. And that's all you'll have to do. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.